Whether you've just downloaded a new weightlifting program or you're writing your own, these are 3 programming mistakes I see people make, which you should know about when starting a new weightlifting program. And while this video is in the context of weightlifting, this can pretty much be applied to any sport that uses a barbell. Number 1 is spikes in volume and intensity. Now, if the program that you're following has spikes of more than 10% week to week in volume and/or intensity, then it is likely that problems are going to arise when it comes to fatigue management. Now, fatigue management is a really important part of a program, and so this is going to be crucial when it comes to your progress. If you're just getting started into training, you'd be surprised how little volume you need in order to improve strength-wise when it comes to weightlifting. Of course, you'll need some volume in order to improve the skill of the exercise, but for actual strength gains, you'd be surprised just by manipulating intensity and building on your lifts each week, you can relatively keep the volume quite similar throughout the program. Now, how can we track this to make sure that we don't have too many spikes in this volume or intensity? Well, a great way to track your volume is going to be by using tonnage, and that's going to be just a way of measuring the total amount lifted per week. You can also do things like measure the total top sets per week and have a guideline of how many top sets you complete per week so that your changes are only around, 1 to 2 top sets per week. And you can also measure the total amount of reps completed or sets completed throughout the week or a training block to keep you moving in the right direction. Number 2 is no light weeks or deload weeks. Most people are really worried about losing all their progress in the gym if they even have one day off or miss a set, and we know that that's just not the case. Deload weeks are not only important for managing your fatigue and using that as a strategy in order to help you improve your training long term, but also really important for managing your training arousal, so how much you actually enjoy your training, and that's going to be really important for longevity when it comes to learning a sport like weightlifting and actually wanting to keep doing it for more than a few months. Now, light weeks and recovery weeks will look different for everyone, and these will probably be managed by a number of factors and variables, such as someone's individual rate of recovery, the phase of training that they're in, and their goals. So we will definitely manipulate certain variables depending on what phase of training someone's in and depending on what their rate of recovery is like. Number 3 is constantly varying your exercises week to week. Exercise selection and variance is a bit of a touchy subject for some people, but it's important to understand that whilst we don't know that specific loading schemes or specific movements will definitely drive whatever adaptation we're after, having movements that we can focus on week to week is going to allow us to see improvements in our training and make it so that we can actually know what's going on and what is working for you, so we have some more data. In a weightlifting program, you will typically have your main snatch and clean and jerk programmed in the week, and then variations for those lifts which aim to drive the adaptations you're after. So if you're someone who struggles with the technique of the lift, maybe practicing a variation that's going to help you with your technique that's a little bit easier for you to complete, for example, a partial range of motion, so a hang variation is going to be really effective. If these variations keep changing for no reason and you end up working away from the goal of the program, then it is going to be more difficult to achieve consistent strength gains and identify if you're actually improving. These are 3 common mistakes that people make, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions and you've made it this far into the video, here's some other videos I have on the channel about programming that you might like and you might find useful. Let me know what you thought of these points in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer anything about programming or weightlifting in the comments below. Or if you have suggestions for videos, please let me know and I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.